most influential market in Latin America. As I mentioned at the beginning, it is going through the perfect storm, as we call it, because of the political, economic, and social challenges that the country has had. The last year and a half has been extremely difficult. Capacity has gone down 12% for the Brazilian carriers. International traffic has gone down 4%. We've seen some airlines having to pull out of the market because it is just unsustainable at this time to go. Virtually every international carrier that operates into Brazil has reduced frequencies, the type of airplane, again, to address the downfalls that we've had with the Brazilian economy there. But again, because of the vast size of the country, and because you don't have a good rail system, the road system are not there. If you want to go from Sao Paulo to Manaus, air transport is just about the way to get there. If not, you're going to have to go through roads, through the rivers, through the jungle to get to Manaus. You don't have the infrastructure in place. So aviation plays such an important factor for the country of Brazil. We just had a aviation day in Brazil 1 week ago, and what we're encouraging the government is don't impose added burden regulations, comply with international standards. We use the word partnership again. Let aviation be an economic enabler that will help the country regenerate itself, that will let the country begin to restart its economic engine instead of really pushing the aviation aside. Passenger demand is expected to double in Brazil. This is a country that has roughly 205 million people, but only 100 million travel. So the opportunity is certainly there to engage that other 100 million people that don't currently travel in Brazil. So that's where the domestic opportunities for domestic travel, international. As the country begins to start its economic engine, more people are working, the middle class begins to grow again like it did several years ago. We see a bright future in Brazil as long as the conditions for the industry are there.
Have we seen the worst yet or not?
We think what the industry is telling us we have, but we won't see positive trend. We will see things continue to be somewhat unstable over the next couple of years. I think what we're looking for now is stability. We need stability from the government standpoint. There's still many aspects in the government that are, as you can see in the news, being debated, discussed, and so on. So we need years of stability. We need the Brazilian carriers to be able to operate. One of the biggest challenges Brazilian carriers have today is on cost, particularly on the fuel. Brazil is a fuel-producing country, but it is one of the most expensive countries in terms of fuel. So for the Brazilian carriers, that puts them at a significant disadvantage in how they compete with the rest of the world when fuel that represents almost 1/3 of the operating cost is much higher than it is in any other country. So issues like in terms of cost in fuel, or in Brazil, some of the regulations are not smart. Today you may have a poor experience on one of your flights. As soon as you get off the airplane, there's a judge at the airport and you can file a complaint. And this is everyday common activity in Brazil. So if you're not happy with your service, you file a complaint. There's a carrier, North American carrier, that recently told us they operate their hub 5,000 flights a day. They had, in the first 6 months of 2016, 76 legal cases against them in their main hub. In Brazil, they fly 5 flights a day. And in the first 6 months, they had over 550 cases. So that is a huge disparity in terms of what's happening in Brazil. So we need Brazil to really, in terms of the regulation standpoint, begin to apply what the conventional global standards. They differ from MC 99. They have different regulations on the carriage of baggage. They penalize airlines on delays, including delays that are non-airline related, such as weather or ATC control at the origin of the flight, which could be outside of Brazil. So we need Brazil and the authority to really start changing some of the regulations that will permit the aviation industry to act and begin to build what they began to build several years ago, increase capacity, new destinations, new frequencies. So that's what we're looking from the Brazilian cabinet.